All right, it is 7 o'clock on, what is today? I don't know what today is. Monday, July 26th, calling the special meeting of City Council to order. Could you roll call, please, August?
Mayor Pro Tem Milan is absent. Councilmember Moffett.
Present.
Councilmember Phillips is not here. Councilmember Sampson.
Here.
Mayor Scripture.
Here.
That is a quorum, Madam Mayor, barely.
Why, thank you. All right. You said I had to do public comment?
Yes.
Yes.
I would advise that we
Before or
add that to
after?
the, doesn't matter, up to you.
Okay, we'll do before. All right, since I see a bunch of people here, maybe they want to leave, say something and go, I don't know. All right, then we are going to open up for public comment. Sorry, it's not in the agenda, but that's what we do in open meetings. And so I'm going to open the floor to public comment. Rob, we don't see anybody on, oh, no, do we have a person online?
Should be Mike. I hope.
Oh, okay, so that's it though, right? Okay,
it's just
all right,
Michael.
so we don't have to read anybody in there. Anybody in the audience want to speak at public comment? Going once? Going twice? All right, I'm going to close public comment and move on to the item on the agenda. Excuse me. We're here this evening to accept resignations from elected and appointed officials seeking other local elected office, and I have to leave for Pennsylvania at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I make a motion that we accept the offered resignation of Mayor Pro Tem Paula Milan as she is running for a different seat.
I'll second that.
All
Are you
right.
going to do them one at a time, or?
Yep, I'm just going to do them one at a time. I think
Oh,
then
okay.
everybody can say a nice thing or whatever they want, whatever.
Okay.
Anything?
We thank her for her service. May the force be with her.
Excellent. All right, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Moffett.
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips is not here. Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Mayor Scripture.
Yes.
Accepted.
And then I next make a motion that we accept the resignation of Councilmember Kathy Phillips, who's also running for mayor for an elected office.
Well,
And
I'll support that.
any,
Thank her for her service. May the force be with her.
all right, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Mayor Scripture.
Yes.
Councilmember Moffett.
Yes.
Accepted.
All right, then next I would make a motion to accept the resignation of Mr. Glenn Shepard from Chair of the Planning Commission as he too is running for elected office.
I'll support that.
Mayor Scripture. Oh, sorry.
Thank you for the service. Live long and prosper.
All right, excellent. Now roll call vote.
Mayor Scripture.
Yes.
Councilmember Moffett.
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Accepted.
All right, and next then I would make a motion to accept the resignation of Mr. George Georges from the Planning Commission as he too is running for elected office.
I'll support that.
Thank you for her service. Live long and prosper.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Moffett.
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Mayor Scripture.
Yes.
Accepted.
And Mr. Newshai, just to be clear, because the Charter Commission does not exist yet, we do not have to call for the resignations of anybody running for that office because it is not actually in office until November, assuming it gets voted that way.
Yeah, and that's my assessment. Obviously, it's a tricky question, and I've had conversations with several of you, several people with respect to this. My humble opinion is that because that office doesn't exist, even though, you could have a situation where you can have.
They might vote it down and there's no office period.
Correct, and the office will never have existed. It's not a 100% issue, but it is, I think, that's my recommendation to this council, obviously, but opinions may differ.
All right, then I didn't get any resignations because I believe they might have asked or someone asked. Okay, so we're not do that. So then next, I would like to make a motion that we appoint Mr. Glenn Shepard to serve on council until the election, at which point whoever is elected will
I'll
take their
support
seat.
that.
But he can't serve on council because that flies in the face of the whole charter. That's an elected or appointed position that he has to resign to run for.
No, a council member can run for their own position.
It is for the same position. It would be a same position.
Interesting.
Is that anything else?
Well, I was going to talk about the other topic also, so hopefully we have the opportunity to circle back to have an open, transparent discussion about that. But go ahead.
Roll call.
I believe we're in. Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Mayor Scripture.
Yes.
Councilmember Moffett.
No.
All right,
Passes.
next then, I would make a motion that, to appoint Mr. George Georges to the other empty council seat until such time as the election selects the person to be seated.
I'll support that.
Again,
Comment?
other councils have been wise enough not to appoint people who are running because it gives an unfair advantage. And hopefully, unfortunately, hopefully the public will take that into consideration for the people that are
Mayor,
engaging in
point of
such an
order, I
activity.
wanna hear
That's a comment.
What
That's,
the other councils did.
point of order isn't to be used for when you disagree with the
No,
person
it
who's
ain't.
talking.
You're talking
And
about other councils. This is this council, they're old.
I am saying that in the past practice, that has not been an acceptable thing to do, and I hope that the public opinion weighs on those candidates.
I do believe that the Mayor Lubes ran for her own office over and over again, and she was in the office, so.
Well, that's very different than appointing someone. Hopefully, you can understand that. I mean, that's a completely different circumstance, apples and oranges. That's disappointing that you would make that comparison. It has nothing to do with it. There's a point for point of order.
Roll call?
I believe Councilmember Moffett.
No,
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Mayor Scripture.
Yes.
Passes.
All right. There's no other items on the agenda, and I have nobody to appoint to planning because I haven't had any.
I did want to mention, Madam Mayor, that those resignations that we accepted were all submitted in writing. We do have that, so that if anyone wants to see that, that exists. We didn't just make that up.
No, we did not.
Madam Mayor, since Mr. George is here, can he get sworn in?
I don't. I think that would be more appropriate at the next meeting. but-
I would imagine so. I think it would be appropriate at the next meeting. This being a special meeting of council, no proper notice, I think it makes sense that we, sorry to to be the bearer of bad news, but
I had a question, you made it fly out of my head.
Was Mike going to add both of them to the city council email and to their own email starting tonight?
Sure.
shouldn't wait till after they're sworn in.
We'll start the process tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
Should wait till after they're sworn in.
I imagine both Mr. Georges and Mr. Shepherd being members, obviously we have all their information, so that's not going to be a mystery as far as who they are and how to get in touch with them, but
Yeah, but when you hit the city council, they won't show up.
I'm sorry?
When you hit the whole city council, they won't be there yet. There's a group ones where you hit them.
Oh, you mean on the email?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I imagine that's
Web page, whatever.
going to have to be done and saved for the moment after they're sworn in. It's, just, that's the, the initiating official act, I imagine, so.
Question, do we have any, I don't believe we have any applications pending for any of the boards or commissions right now, do we?
Not for the ones that we're talking about right now. There are a couple that have floated in for various things over the last couple weeks.
Specific or just in general?
Off the
Because
top
in
of my
general
head,
work,
they're usually in general. I can
can you let me know?
deliver those to you tomorrow. That's
You don't have to
fine.
deliver, just let me know who's.
Yeah, we can do that. I can copy, we can scan them in and let you see, let everyone see what we've got.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right. And actually, I have one other quick item. Unfortunately, I will not be here the rest of the week, but I do believe that given Saturday's major weather event, I think an after triage meeting would be a very smart thing to
Madam
do
Mayor?
sooner.
I'd like to motion for a after-action meeting, say like on Thursday, and have them come in with, really with things like what happened, why did it happen, what can we do to keep it happen again, and tell the citizens some of the stuff that they need to know. And I'd like to make it Thursday at 7 o'clock, if I can get a second.
Or I can just call it because I can do that.
Well, that'd be perfect then.
There you go. However, I would have to zoom in because I will be in Pennsylvania for my job, but I should be able to zoom in.
So are we calling a workshop or
meeting.
a special meeting where there's going to be business? What are we looking at here?
Is there, is there any different, is there anything?
One you
between-
can vote things
Special
on, one you
meeting?
can't.
Yeah, if you're voting, I don't imagine you're voting anything, it's probably informational,
So we don't know if we need to vote until we're there, so I'd make it so we can.
I mean, it's, yeah,
Then it would have to be a special meeting of council.
it's called a special meeting, and then you have that option available if there is something that arises. I mean, what's the difference? Unless there is
7
something.
PM?
That would be better for me, because I don't know
Okay.
how long my day's going to be. Yes, 7 PM.
Okay.
And Mr. Georges, since you're here, that would indicate you might want to attend that meeting at 7 PM. And I guess maybe you should let Mr.,
I'll let them know. We might as well swear them in.
you can do it then too, yeah, let him know. All right, anything else? I just have adjournment on there, but does anybody have anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to circle back to the issue of us not requiring those running for the Charter Commission, those running on the ballot for the Charter Commission not being required to resign. And I understand, that you did some investigation and you find no supporting or opposition of making them.
Right.
So it is the up to discretion of those making such decision, correct?
It is in discretion of council, obviously.
Agreed. And so obviously, we know where these two are going to set, but I guess I will just call on public opinion to acknowledge that the lack of being able to carry out the charter in this manner just speaks to the haste with which this whole concept was put on the ballot and thrown together. And again, hopefully, public opinion will acknowledge that that speaks to the lack of preparation and thought behind the project and vote accordingly.
Unfortunately, I just remembered in stating I'm going to be out of town, it just reminded me of something. I make a motion to make Councilmember Sampson Mayor Pro Tem. Because if I'm not here, someone's got to be that. I forgot about that.
I'll support that.
Figured that's where it would come from. Any question on that or conversation? Roll call.
Let's see where we are on the list down here now. It would go to Councilmember Sampson,
Yes.
Mayor Scripture,
Yes.
Councilmember Moffett,
No?
And then I just want to make a brief response. I absolutely think that this is another complete, total example of why the Charter Commission is so important, why it should happen, and all of these things should be looked at, because it is ludicrous. I would never have called for for Mayor Pro Tem's resignation, for Councilmember Phillips' resignation, or from the other boards. I think it's asinine that we are losing that expertise and experience for 3 months while we have things that need to get accomplished, and it just stalls things that have been stalled way too long and over again. I think it's a stupid rule. It already has plenty of challenges. You already said it's challengeable.
I think so, in my opinion.
So it's another reason precisely why we need a charter commission to clean these things up and make this functional.
Or to that end, we could have addressed it 6 months, 9 months, a year ago, so that we weren't doing it just before the election.
Did you have anything you wanted to toss out there? I'm done.
I'm done too.
All right. I'll take
Motion to
a
adjourn.
second.
Mayor Scripture,
Yes.
Councilmember Moffett,
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you for joining us.